Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will talk about a subject that is extremely important on contemporary aviation militarily. Within the region, there is a fight that has been generated on paper, on blogs, and on the social media as well. This effort is a program to unmask the truth and the hidden truth between the two fighter aircrafts which are reigning or tending to reign supreme within the subcontinent. I'm talking specific the JF-17 Block 3 versus the Tejas Mk1A. If I be specific on two platforms, they are generations apart. Talk of the Tejas Mk1, where is it initially coming from? 1983, the program initiated with HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Then came in a long wait from the initiation of the program in 1983 to 2016, once the first aircraft got airborne in true letter and spirit, meaning thereby production started. The IOC and the FOC aircraft once again are another story. But on the other side of things, let's look at the JF-17 program. Yes, it has gone through the stages starting from the Sabre 2, the Super 7, the FC-1, and now as we call the present JF-17 program. If we are looking at the competencies and the difference in competencies between the two aircrafts, the JF-17 is relatively new technology. Tejas on the other side is old school. Yes, it has a lot of composites as it is being spoken of at different channels and different media platforms, but the JF-17 also has its composite value, the alloys that come across and its capabilities that come along with it. So the Tejas once again, recent development, 83 Mk1A have been ordered by the Indian Air Force to HAL. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited will generate and produce a Mk1A till 2024, and that is where the prototype version will come into play. It will have an AESA radar, that is the requirement of the times, specific Israeli ELM 2052. It will have a Mayavi EW suite, which is a homegrown system. They're looking for an alternate outsourced or a off-the-shelf solution to this, but still it is very much there. Engine standard GE F404 GE F2 Juliet Bravo afterburning engine. If you look at the technology demonstrators that came back in the early 2000s and specifically 4th Jan 2001, once the program had its technology demonstrator 1, it showed a lot of promise. I'll give it that. It showed a lot of capability, a competency, having a double delta platform with a Lex in the front, and then in the end they have their hard point capability, air to air, air to ground weapons made with the Derby or the BVR that they have, or the Astra Mark 1 or Mark 2 as they're expecting it to be, having longer range than the conventional Mark 1. So if you look at those aspects, it is it's a capable aircraft. That's the maximum I can tell you. Range completely, if a range of or combat range as we call it, is 500 kilometers, which is not a lot on internal fuel. The range can be expanded to 1850 kilometers considering the 3 drop tanks it can carry. So yes, giving the devil its due, it is a good aircraft, but not for the present times. Let's compare it with the JF-17 Block 3. It is going to be bigger in size than the conventional JF-17, Block 1, 2, A and B models. It will have a greater weapon carriage capability, 11 hard points. It will also have a greater speed, Mach 1.6 of the previous and present time frame Mach 2. So initially it was relatively slower. That's besides the point. An important aspect, present time frame, is how networked, how sensor fused, how data fused is your platform. The JF-17 will have network enabled operation capability. Looking at the air-to-air derby on the Indian side, on the Mk1A, and contradicting it, PL-15 is an active radar guided missile. Dual thrust rocket motor capability, Mach 4 anti-jamming capability. These are aspects which are there with the PL-15E itself. The maiden flight of the JF-17 Block 3 is already been done 2 years back. Specific, December 15, 2019. It will have an HMD. It will also carry probably a single panel MFD in front, possible 4.5 gen, considering everything that is being involved in this weapon system itself. Comparing the price tags of both the aircrafts, the JF-17 Block 3 will the highest end model of the aircraft, which will be around $30 million a piece. On the other side, if you look at the Teja, it is going to cost for the Mk1A approximately $43 to $44 billion. Rafale, if we've compared that before, just for a reference, it's costing about $94 billion a piece. A very, very expensive aircraft. With all its capabilities that are there. If we are going into the radar capability of the upgraded Block 3 JF-17, will be KLJ-7A. It will have all the specs that are there, which includes a track while scan, to a single target track, to a multi-target track, to the capability of having a ground moving target indicator or target capabilities. That means that the lookup ranges from 150 to 200 kilometers. And on the other side, if you look at the number of targets it can track at one time in track while scan mode, is about 10. And that's a big number if you're able to see, look, and track a good amount of, or a hefty amount of aircraft at the same time. So comparison of the two, considering the timelines and the weapon capability that I've talked of, as well as the capability of the platform itself, for now the JF-17 is outgunning the Teja platform because of all the statistics and the numbers which are there. And it's been utilized on a war footing as well. On 27th Feb 2019, it was utilized in air-to-air and air-to-ground role both, and we have ensured that it is war proven and war tested. It was a very short span conflict, yes, but it was there actively participating, whereas the Tejas was nowhere on the radar screens both sides of the border. So that being that, I would only tell you as parting words, the importance of the aircraft is there, but instead of the platform, its capabilities, competencies are going to matter more. And I be very candid on this. The JF-17 Block 3 will probably come into fruition in this year, 2021. And if we look at the timeline yet again, the Mk1A, as anticipated in 2024, the JF-17 Block 3 already has a head start on it. So the evolution program will not stop. The Aselsan, EW pods, the weapon capabilities will be expanded. So that is a crucial factor to understand and grasp. It is not as easy as putting up numbers on the wall and saying that this aircraft is better or that is better. It is a matter of being war proven. It is a matter of being able to do the role in the most efficient manner for which it is built, and most importantly, the aspects of air power roles or the employment in which it can be done. Does it fulfill all multi-role or omni-role capabilities, as they call it? The total number of induction program of the Tejas is 83, 73 single-seaters and 10 trainers. Let's look at the B model here of the JF-17. It is on ground a reality. It is an aircraft which has been relatively mass produced, 14 in number, as it was showcased in one of the programs, where as well as the Nigerian aircraft which were there. The JF-17B model will replace 18 Squadron F7s, as well as going to be utilized in standoff weapon capability. Standoff weapon has been utilized, as we've talked before, in the 27th Feb profile as well. Been there, done that. So standoff weapon capability will also be a plus point of the B model. Not only training purposes, but air to ground weapon delivery is also very much on the cards. The B model will take lead from the Mk1A Teja by at least 5 years. So hence, greater time to mature, greater time to be utilized and operationally integrated within the war plans of the Pakistan Air Force. To conclude, a statement that was recently given by the Chief of the Air Staff from the eastern border, where he said that the LCA is ways ahead of the JF-17 program or the aircraft itself. I would beg to differ there. The timelines don't match. The final operation clearance IOCs, FOCs don't match. The capability of the aircraft itself don't match. The readiness of the aircraft don't match. So it's hard to believe a fact that the Teja is ahead of the JF-17 in any way at all. To be very candid, the JF-17 Block 3's employment in an air-to-air capability is more focused towards the Rafale platform instead of the Tejas. Looking at the history of shortcomings with the Teja program, it is challenging to find that the aircraft Mk1A will be delivered in 2024.